What's going on? You got your boy Suns fan Randy in the building, and thank goodness, you know what I'm saying? We right there. This is the last game before the All-Star break, and it's a lot. It's a lot taken. But side note, sidebar, it's something I do want to get off my chest. I don't know if people got Bleacher Report out there. I'm not the biggest fan of the update. Not the biggest fan of the Bleacher app update or even the website, because it's just like I tried to click on the stats and it's like, bro, I can't even see the fucking stats. This shit's crazy. But yeah, so dive into the team. I think that this team is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. This team plays different without Book. You know what I'm saying? Book got hurt, I guess, yesterday. That's the reason why he ain't shoot shit in the fourth quarter. Maybe. I guess he fucked up. He did land a little fucked up on his back last game, so I understand like why he, you know what I'm saying, is off or whatever or without tonight. But I think that this team is interesting how I play without Book, and I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but then I noticed like, okay, I think that they play more hungry, more like energy, or more, you know what I'm saying? Like they play with a little bit more dog in them without Book. They're not saying that is a good or bad, but I'm just saying like you can kind of see it. Like you can kind of see like the scrappiness of trying to get loose balls, trying to challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like the defense like was like more try hard and shit like that. So I thought that was interesting tonight. Um, I do want to say we got to give credit when it's due. Bobo was hooping. You know what I'm saying? Bobo was hooping tonight. Finished 7 to 18 from the field. What he finished with 15 points. He had a couple blocks in there. Yeah, he played good. Only thing, my only critique towards him was just like I guess finding the outlet on in transition or just taking that shit himself. But outside of that, I feel like he played good tonight with, you know what I'm saying, with the hand he was dealt. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played all year, so for him to kind of be just kind of cold and just thrown in a starting role or throwing in a role where now you play 30 minutes a night, I feel like he producing. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give credit when it's due. Um, Another thing that stuck out to me tonight is kind of the business of basketball tonight. I get it. Ties had Washington. To me, it felt like somebody upstairs was like, "All right, we need to see what these niggas can do." And Ties had Washington and Colin Gillespie, because I'm like, why the fuck is he playing so much? Um, and I get it. I'm not trying to like bag on him too hard because it's just like he a two-way guy, so it's just like he kind of in and out the league, or he kind of like a tweener. But dog, like these is the games, these is the moments that you have to take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the time. You know what I mean? If you want to show like that you belong in this league, if you want to show that you deserve a contract and shit like that, like now is the time. He finished 4-10. I feel like his defense was okay, but he finished with 11 points. Just missed a lot of open shit. Like I could get it. He took tough shots, but he missed a lot of open shit, a lot of open floaters, blew a couple layups, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Couple turnovers. How many turnovers did he have? He had. Oh, I don't think he had just one turnover. But yeah. But I did like what I saw out of Colin Gillespie tonight. He was decent. He got it. Like I would say he had a decent third quarter or a big third quarter for us, because I feel like he put us up by like 8 to 1.5. So if you was watching the game, I was like, okay, like he did his thing. But yeah, but we ended up smoking that shit anyway, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, and it just had me thinking, dog, why the fuck is Monte Morris not playing? You know, it didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. But then that's why I was just like, okay, maybe the business of basketball is kicking in, and they want to see him over Monte, because I feel like Monte ain't did shit all season worthy enough for him not to have, or for these DNPs that he's been having. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like every time he get in, he could do the midi, he played decent defense, knock down the three. So it's like he don't turn this motherfucker over, because it seems like all of a sudden now Tyus Jones is being careless with the basketball. What he finished with. Tyus Jones had fucking 6 turnovers tonight. So it's just like, and this is the nigga that we got off the strength of we need a point guard, you know? And like I said, I'm not trying to kick his back in too much, because we don't even really let him be point guard, but you cannot have 6 turnovers. Like that's just something that cannot happen. Um, but I wouldn't say it's all his fault, because we kept running the same play, and tonight we got out coached. Like that's just what it was. We had a chance to win this game. It was a winnable game. We got out coached by Ime, and I'll touch on that a little bit. But for whatever reason, they kept trying to force feed Kevin Durant, And whenever they would force feed him in the high post, it would just be a nigga on the backside to come get the steal every single time. And as a point guard, you got to be able to kind of read the game, read the floor, and realize like, okay, like I see what they doing and find a counter to it. I think that it took us too long to kind of find a counter to trying to get the ball to KD. I get it, like that's just what we do. For whatever reason, we force the ball to KD, and it's just like he don't really seal because like they pushing him and they fouling him and shit like that. But KD never really get a good seal, and then you get these little weak ass like touch passes, and then it just results in turnovers. I feel like every time. Like I feel like every time we try to force feed KD, it turned into a turnover. And like I said, Doka saw what we was doing, hopped on that shit and sent another help defender on the blind side of KD, and he stole that shit damn near every single time. So it was what it was. KD had a decent game. I'm not gonna lie, KD had a decent game, but towards the end, he kind of sold us again. And it's just yeah, KD can't close. Like it is what it is. Like KD, he was closing in the beginning of the year, but now I want to say yeah, we haven't seen KD close a game in about 4 months. Like let's be fucking for real. Like we ain't see KD close a game in a really, really long time. Um yeah, and one big thing that I seen with us that I noticed tonight is just like it seemed like this team don't know how to run transition offense. Like if you sit down and you watch the game, everybody like nobody is filling in the right spots. Like nobody knows where to go with the ball. Nobody knows where to outlet to. It's just a lot of like, what the fuck are we doing? And like I said, not all that is on Coach Bud because it's just like at this level, this is just shit that you should not have to teach. So it's just bad. But yeah. But back to my original thing, and I was thinking about it when we was playing. I was like, "Fuck, we should have went and got Ime Udoka." I feel like Ime Udoka probably would have been a good coach for us. I get it at the time, like he had a bunch of shit going on with his name, but the way that he got these Houston Rockets playing and shit like that, like yo, gotta tip my cap to him. You know what I'm saying? Like they was doing their thing. It seemed like Jalen Green just was knocking shit down all night. Nobody wanted to guard up on him on his three. Like at least make him take it to the hole. Like I don't think anybody made him drive all night. I think he just shot all threes all night. But yeah, and nobody on the Rockets really went stupid, and that's the part that like that made this L a little bit harder to take. Where it's just like nobody really went stupid. Like Alper Shingun didn't really go crazy. Jalen Green didn't really go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thompson didn't like nobody really like we shouldn't have lost this game. Like we shouldn't have lost this game. But yeah, man, it is what it is. We finally there at the half point of the season. Hopefully these niggas turn it around. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. I will see what it do when these niggas come back from All-Star break. But this is my theory, and this is my theory I was talking about with my friends earlier today. Is I just think that I think KD is not coming back. This like either we gonna ship him out or he gonna request a trade. But I don't think KD coming back in this offseason, especially if we can't get rid of you know who. Because I think that that was probably like a petty thing on his behalf. Was just like everything that was going on is just like well, I'm gonna make sure that y'all not gonna win shit this year. You know what I mean? So yeah. So but yeah, I think that one of the if we can't get rid of other one, then I feel like KD is probably gone. KD is probably out of here. Whether it be like on his he want to or our want to. I could just see that this summer, like KD getting traded. So I'm not really mad at it. It is what it is at this point, and we'll see. We'll see how it go. But until next time, man. Peace.